Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay. So the first thing we will do today is to learn how to solve, linear programming in Excel. So I suggest you first you'll have a look, or side by side you can open one Excel sheet. So go ahead, do that. So we'll try to solve window glass problem, for which we already know the solution is 2 and 6 and G value equals to 36. I hope you have opened it. Excel file. Okay. So first thing, what I have done, I have put here our. I have put the problem which I want to solve. So I can see there are two variables x1 and x2. So I have defined these variables x1 and x2, but x1 and x2 are not the value. This is just the representation, an objective function g, and then I will write constraints and right hand side on in here. Okay. Any questions so far? This is just the representation of the problem, nothing else. Now, before I proceed further, I want you to, on your Excel file, on your Excel worksheet, go see there is a tab called data in the ribbon, top ribbon. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Click on data. You can see here it says solver. Do you see? Is it the case for you also? Can you see solver there? Mostly not if you have not used it earlier.
No, sir, it's not.
Okay, so go to file. Go to the file tab in the ribbon. And at the bottom, you will see an option, options itself. See if it is available in your Excel. Is it available?
Yes, sir.
Click on options. A pop-up will appear. Oh no, you cannot see the pop-up. Let me share my complete screen. Just a second. So if you click on file, options, a pop-up screen will appear. Can you see the pop-up? You have to tell me yes, no, then only I will be able to proceed further.
Yes, sir.
Okay, inside that you will see many things. Almost at the bottom, just second last, you can see add-ins. Can you see add-ins?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Click on the add-ins.
Yes.
Then almost at the bottom, or in fact at the bottom, you will see manage Excel add-ins. You can see here, manage Excel add-ins. Okay, click go.
Sir, can you please repeat again the where can I find the addings?
Okay, let me go back. File, options, add-ins. So in the left ribbon, you will see many things: general formulas, proofing, save, language, advanced, customize ribbon, quick access toolbar, trust center, add-ins. Can you see add-ins now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Almost at the bottom, you will see manage, and then there is Excel add-ins. If you pull down the menu, there are many other things that is important for data analysis. But right now we are just interested in solver. So manage Excel add-ins and click go. Good so far?
Yes.
So there can be many add-ins depending on what all are already installed there. So in my case, solver add-in is already checked. So you can just check solver add-in. If you want, you can also add analysis tool pack. This is more towards a data analysis, like if you want to do regression, descriptive analytics. So you can use this analysis tool pack also. But right now I'm just interested in solver. So I will go ahead and confirm that I want a solver add-in, which is already there in my case. After you do that, go back to data and see if you can see the solver in the right hand side top ribbon.
Yes, sir.
Good so far? Any questions? Okay, now given this problem, create these bars. Okay, decision variables x1 and x2, objective function g. Just below the decision variable, you put values 0 and 0 for timing. I will explain what they are. So create until here and then let me know so that I proceed further. No need to write this. You already know this question. But when you are solving, it is better to write the problem formulation on the side, so it is easier to write it in Excel.
Sir, do we have to write the question as well?
I mean, this is just for you to show, but when you are doing it, it's better to copy. And so what I have done, I have just created a text box here, so you can also do that. just go to insert, you will see a text box here. So you can just put a text box here, or either copy paste the problem or formulation which you have already written in Word, or you can just keep the formulation on a piece of paper and start writing. It is up to you. Important thing is this part. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So now we will write. So I know there are two decision variables for this problem, x1 and x2. And I have one objective function. So for the decision variable, I will mark it as green here. What I'm doing, I'm giving a value of 0 and 0. So here exactly my decision variable values will appear once problem is solved. So I'm giving it 0 and 0. So what I'm trying to say, decision variable x1 and x2, it does not mean anything. Even if I remove it, I can still solve it. This is just to show that below at this position I have value of x1, and this position I will get the value of x2. Is this clear? Now this cell I will write my formula for objective function. So to write formula in objective function, if you have used Excel earlier, how do we write any formula in Excel? There is one more thing I have missed. Let me just write that also. C1 and C2. The objective function coefficients. Ops fun coefficient. Okay. Just give some random colors and list. So what are the objective function coefficients we have for this problem? What is C matrix, guys? Akil, are you with me? Akil Ahmed, can you hear me? Or do you want me to call in your phone? I have your number. Akil Ahmed, can you hear me? Okay. Anyway, how can I help you if you don't want to be helped? So what are the objective function coefficient, guys?
3 and 5.
3 and 5.
3 and 5.
So what we will do, we'll write a formula. The way to write a formula is first put an equal to sign. What we have to write? 3x1 plus 5x2, right? So I will go there and click on this cell 3, then put a into sign, and then x1. x1 value is here. So I will put x1 here plus 5 into x2 sign, and I will enter, and it will give me the formula. Let me change this color. You are not able to see the. So this formula is J3 into S3, that is 3x1, J3 into x1, that is h3, that is 3x1, and K3 into I3, which is 5x2. Is this clear? So since our decision variables values are 0 and 0, 3x1 plus 5x2 will be equals to 0. Good so far, guys. So we have written formula for our objective function. Any questions so far? Okay, to write this formula, I'm also telling you alternate way. Just put equals to and write a function called sum product. Okay, sum and then product. When you write it, a small function will appear just below. So that means you have written the right function and then start a bracket. It's asked you different arrays. So my first array is X and second array is C. Close the bracket and enter. It will do the same thing. So one way is 3 into X1 plus 5 into X2, or use the formula sum product. It will give you the same value. Is that fine? So I will use sum product instead of, because these are Excel tricks, we should know array 1, comma, array 2. So 3 into 0 plus 5 into 0, you got a value 0. Now let's write our constraint. So what is the coefficient of x1 in equation 1? What is the coefficient of x1 in equation 1?
1.
So we'll just write 1 here. X2 coefficient in 0. And it is less than equal to types and equals to 4. Right now I'm just writing the constraints, not the formulas. Similarly, 0, 2, less than equal to 12. Or maybe I should put less than equal to here. Then 3, 2, less than equal to 18. No need to write for x1 and x2, we'll see. So I have just put together all the coefficients. Now I will write the formula. So what is the first formula that needs to be written? 1 into x1 plus 0 into x2. How do I write this one, given that you have already seen? Can we use sum product here as well? So sum product, what it does, it multiplies the two cells and then add it up. So we'll use sum product again. Which arrays? You can tell me in terms of H, I, J and the numbers. What would be the first array? Array 1?
H3I3.
S3, I3, S3, I3. Okay, yeah, we are starting from here. Comma. H5, I5. Okay. So since the values are 0, it will give you a. One way to do this one is to again write sum product, something like this, or you can see a small peg here at the bottom. You just scroll it. It will automatically write the formula, but there is one catch. I will tell you one catch, what that catch is. As it moves from one after another, what it will take a array which is below 0, 0. If you go here, it will take an array here. So just because this one remains fixed every time, what we will do, just go to S3I3, select it. Select S3I3. And after selecting S3I3, hit F4. You can see dollars have been added to both the row and column number. So that freezes this cell array. So it will not change it will not change when I expand it like this. So now you can see everywhere S3, I3 is there. S3, I3, S6, I6. S3, I3, S7, I7. So only this array is changing. This array is constant. Is this okay? If you are not comfortable, you can always write in terms of sub product every time. It is up to you. See, Excel is one of the most powerful tool you will realize. Whether you go for data analysis or optimization, whatever you do in future life, if you are connected to these fields, Excel will always be helpful because all the data you will be reading from Excel or CSP. So learn these tricks. It will be helpful. Good guys. So we have written our objective function. We have written our constraint. Fair enough? Any questions so far?
Sir, what do we have to freeze those cells?
What's that?
You said to freeze those cells, right? To add the dollar sign. So how
Yeah.
can we do it?
Okay, there is two ways to do that. I will show you. First is, let me write it like this. I will write dollar and then select H3 dollar and then it's not allowing me. Okay, let me do the other way only then. Okay, so what I will do, I will first, as we have done earlier, I will use S3 to I3 by dragging it. So far it is clear, S3, I3, how we have selected.
Yes, sir.
Now select H3 and I3. Can you see I have selected S3 to and I3?
Yes, sir.
Now hit F4, F4 on your keyboard, F4. Did it change?
Yes, sir. It changed.
So you have to use F4 to freeze that cell. Now, so far actually if you see, this is not really, we have done nothing but converted this formulation into an Excel formulation. That's all we have done so far. Now we have to put it in to solve it using simplex. So go to data. Now go to data on top ribbon and click on solver. A pop-up will appear. Okay, so it asks set objective. Which cell has our objective function value? I clicked on solver. The only problem is we'll cover most of the stuff. Okay, so it asks for set objective. Which cell has our objective function?
L3.
L3. So I will select this and select L3. Select L3 here. Okay. Now to maximize, if it is a minimization problem, you can minimize it. Goal programming has value of, so that is not a concern. Now it is asking by changing variable cells. So what variable cells we will change to find the G value? Or to be precise, what are your decision variables? So where are your decision variables? H3, I3. So by changing variable cells S3 and I3, you try to maximize this function. Then it is asking subject to what constraints. Okay, so we have to click. Are you good so far? Any questions? So I have set our objective function. Why my objective function is S3, I3, L3. By changing variable cells, which is my decision variables, I have to add and then add the constraints. So click on add. It will ask for which cell. So this is the formula we have written for constraint number 1. So I will click on J5. The sign of J5 is less than equal to and right hand side equals to 4. Then add another one, J6, again less than equal to 12. So I will add 12 here. Or next one is third one, which is J7, which is again less than equal to type, and we will add right hand side and we will say OK. Good so far. Just try this much. Good so far, guys. Any questions? How we have added objective function, variable cells, and then constraints?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. There's another way to change directly add all these constraints, but you have to see that all of them have either less than equal to or greater than equal to. If they are less than equal to, greater than equal to constraint, so club them accordingly, one after another. I'm gonna remove all these and I will show you how to add it in one go. No need to click so many times. So I will click on add. All my constraint cells are here. So I will just click one and drag it. Select all of them, J5 to J7. All constraints are less than equal to, and all RHS are 4, 12, and 18. So in one go, I have added all the constraints. Does that make sense? Easier, na? Both of them have same meaning. Either you add one by one or just by dragging cells or selecting more than one cells in one go. You can also see earlier it was J5 is less than equal to 4. Now it is J5 to J7 is less than L5 to L7. Any questions? Now we have to say that our unconstrained variable, which is the decision variables, are non-negative. That takes care of x1 and x2 greater than equal to 0. So make unconstrained variables non-negative. Next, it's asked select a solving method. So Excel has other methods also like evolutionary, GARG, non-linear. We'll go for simplex LP because we are working with linear programming and we are trying to solve it using LP. And thus just click solve. It will say that solver found a solution. All constraints and optimally conditions are satisfied. You say keeps the solver solution. Later we will see that you can also do sensitivity analysis and click OK. Now you see that 0, 0 changed to what? 2, 6 and the objective function equals to 36. Is this clear, guys? How to solve a linear programming in Excel? If you want me to repeat any step, please let me know.
Sir, will you just tell where did we use the sum product formula the first time? I skipped that by mistake.
Whenever you are trying to multiply, add two arrays or more than two arrays, you can use sum product. Can you see
Okay,
sum product?
yes, sir. The objective.
Okay. So this is how you can use. Suppose if I make this constraint greater than equal to, what will happen? This problem will become infeasible. X1, the line which is on X1 is greater than equal to 4. I make this problem becomes infeasible. Let me see. See, all this greater than equal to all which I am writing just for my sake, it is not going into the solver. So I will go ahead, go back in solver again. And actually I need to change too many steps. So let me delete this one and add these two constraints directly because they are less than equal to types. And this one I will add separately because it is greater than equal to. Okay, so I expect this problem to give me an infeasible solution because I know I have made one of the constraint greater than equal to. You already know the graphically how it looks like. So let me go ahead and solve it. Sorry, did I make a mistake? 3x1 plus 5x2. Can you just check if it is 2x2 in this side? Oh yes, it will still be giving you a solution. Can you visualize why? Where does the solution goes now? This will not make it infeasible. Actually, there is small area between x1 less than equal to 4 and 3x1 plus 2x2, which will give a solution. So this is not going to make it infeasible. Let me make this one infeasible. Greater than equal to ही रखता हूँ and let me make it 40. 9 पे जाके 6 पे क्लिक हो रहा था ना. Let me make it 10. Let me change it to 10. Then it will give me a infeasible solution. Solver could not find a feasible solution. So you can also see when solver cannot find a feasible solution because it's an infeasible problem. So do you guys get why we got in the first case? There was small triangle at the bottom with x1 equals to 0 and 3x1 plus 2x2 and x1 equals greater than equal to 4. This small region possible, and that's why we were able to get the solution. Any question? Excel? So you can solve, I think.
Sir, hello,
Yeah.
sir. So I have a doubt in how to set objective in solver parameter. Can you repeat again, sir?
Let me go back to This is less than equal to 4. This is less than equal to solver. Solver. Delete. Yeah, tell me what you could not follow.
Sir, set objective.
Set objective, just go remove whatever is there, then click there, then come to your Excel file and click where you have written the objective function formula. You can see it has taken L3 now.
Yes, sir.
If you do not want to, you can always write on your own also. You know it is L3, but we have to keep the L3 value fixed. Okay.
Yes.
So $L$3. So you have got your solution, original solution, 2 and 6, 36. This is less than equal to. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can solve many problems using such thing. But don't worry, I will not ask you directly simplex. I will ask two phase. You cannot solve two phase here. I mean, at least you cannot see it. So I'm going to upload. I will upload this also for your easy reference.
Sir, when I fill the $L$3, it shows problem to solve not specified. Why it show like it?
I'm sorry.
Sir, when I click on solve, then it show problem to solve not specified.
Have you set up your objective function?
Yes, sir. But it not means, sir, when I fill there some product, then means they no show any green
Allow
part.
you to present your screen. Go ahead, present your screen. So this will be helpful for others also if they're making any mistake. Go ahead, share your screen so that I can see. Jay? Yes. So what is going on?
Yes, sir.
Make it a little bigger. Zoom it.
Not able to. It is not a zoom. It
Just right click on the lower ribbon and task.
where, sir?
In the black ribbon which is on the bottom. Yeah, just black area, the black area. Any black area between को हाँ वहाँ पे right click करो.
Yes, sir. Now when I put yes.
You have to increase the zoom it na. At the bottom you can see 70% na. Slide that slider to 100%. Not on the Excel only. Yeah.
It is.
You have zoomed it.
It is not able to.
Arey, I'm telling you, do the end task. Na? Between question mark and Excel, green, there is a black area. Just go there. Yeah, click right. Right, click it. See task manager.
Yes, sir.
Task manager, not taskbar. Yeah. Just kill the process. Excel. Kill Excel.
Kill Excel. Where?
Microsoft Excel. Click right.
Yes, sir. End task.
End task. But it is not saved, right? Okay. Open again.
Can I close it?
Yeah, you can close now. You can open an Excel file again. देखो यहाँ पे एक होगा unsaved one. हाँ, document recovery. Do the recovery on the left hand panel. Yeah, try to recover it.
Constraint.
Okay, first you increase the font. I cannot see anything there. Yes. What is the problem? Tell me.
Yes, sir. How can I set the objective function now, sir?
Equals to
Equals to
some product. Bracket start. You have not written C1 and C2 value. How can you write?
yes, sir.
You have to write C1 and C2, then only you can write, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first write C1 and C2 value and then use some product and you will be able to. Anyway, you can refer to the.
Okay, sir. I refer the lecture video.
Yes, thank you. So this is how you. Jaya, are you still there? Okay, so just I wanted to take only 15 minutes for, but somehow we have taken too much time on this one. Let's go to an important topic, one of my favorite in study of linear programming. It's called duality theory. Okay. It's a very interesting theory. I mean, if you really are able to enjoy it. So every LP, linear programming problem, has an associated dual. It is a very interesting concept. In fact, a lot of relevance when we do the sensitivity analysis. In fact, when we solve also, many times it is very hard to solve the problem. So what we do, we solve using primal and dual at the same time. In fact, when you are solving, you are solving the primal and dual problem simultaneously. So just first, I will show you how to do it and all that. But just let's just understand the concept first. So there is again taking the Winderglass problem. So suppose this you own this Winderglass company. Okay, and you own this Winderglass company, and to run your company in a profitable way, you have solved this problem. Okay, so you have solved this problem, and based on that, you are doing your production, and you are making profit. Now, suppose I come as a bigger company. Generally, you have seen when the bigger company comes into market, it tries to either buy out older, smaller companies or make them run out of the business. Many times it happens. So suppose I'm a bigger shark and I want to buy your company. Okay. So what should be my approach to buy your company? Buying your company is equivalent to what? मैं तुम्हारा कंपनी अगर बाय कर रहा हूं तो एग्जैक्टली मैं क्या बाय कर रहा हूं तुमसे?
You buy our profit or our loss.
प्रॉफिट बाय थोड़े होता है.
No, just like the everything shares like.
What's that?
Shares.
Yeah, that is okay, but that is shares and all things are non-tangible. Tangible, what you buy?
All of our assets.
Your assets, your resources, right? When I say I am buying your company, I buy your assets. Like suppose in your plant there are machineries, or I buy your machineries, I buy the space, I buy, not really buy, but if I want to keep the employees also, so I buy them. That is what buying means. शेयर वेयर वो सब तुम्हारा बड़ा बड़ा लोग वाला बात है. Tangible, what is the physical thing which I buy? When I say I'm buying a company, I buy the resources. Good enough? Now, what should I offer you so that you will sell your resources to me? Like in this case, these are the resources, total hours, right? So I have to buy these total hours from you. What is the price I should pay that you are willing to, sell these resources? Are you understanding my question? So when you were running this company, or in fact, suppose you are still running this company, what do? You do resource allocation. The resources you have, you try to allocate between your two products. So this is your resource allocation problem. Now, if I want to buy your company, what should I offer you so that you are willing to sell your company to me? So what does my problem becomes? For you to run the company profitably is resource allocation. For me to buy your resource is resource valuation. Does that make sense? I have to do a valuation of your resources, and based on that, I will try to buy a company. But I have to strike a balance. I need to, my price minimum, the price which I offer to you is actually cost to me or not.
Yes, sir.
So suppose if you go and buy a candy, so price that you offer to the shopkeeper is actually cost to you. That much it costed you, but that is the price you are offering to shopkeeper to give you the candy. So same here, the price which I will offer you to buy your resources is a cost to me. So I want to maximize the cost or minimize the cost?
Minimize the cost.
So I want to minimize, I want to keep it as minimum as possible, but at the same time, I need to ensure it should be enough for you to sell me the company. Otherwise, why would you sell? Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Yes, sir.
So what should I offer you so that you are happy with whatever I offer you? At least it should be that. See, you are already making 3 rupees profit on product 1 and 5 rupees profit on product 2. If my offer somehow is less than related to some function of this profit, will you be willing to sell me this your company?
No, sir.
So let's see. So let's say this is your resource one. For this, I'm willing to pay Y1. For this, I'm willing to pay Y2. And for third one, I'm willing to pay Y3 rupees. So what would be my total cost? Just a second, guys. Just think about what would be my total cost. बताओ तुम्हारा कॉस्ट क्या होगा, मतलब मेरा कॉस्ट क्या होगा if I'm willing to pay y1 rupees for per unit for first resource, y2 unit per rupees per second resource, and so on. What would be my cost? If I'm paying y1 rupees per unit of your resource, so in this will be nothing but a 4y1.
So, but this Y1 is a cost for a plant, whole plant one, na?
I'm saying per unit cost, per
So,
unit price
okay,
I'm willing to pay.
distinguish the plant per unit, like.
What is that?
That means how can we say, how can you say that like plant per unit? What is its significance, sir?
When I say in this case, what is your resource? Hours?
Resource.
What is the right hand side for your company?
Hours.
So what am I buying from you? I'm buying those hours from you. That is equivalent. Think of it as I'm not really actually buying your company and in boardroom I'm sitting in chair. I'm buying hours in your company. So whatever you do, 4 hours you will build my product. Equivalently, if you try to understand. So whatever resources you have, 4 hours you have to dedicate to me. Does that make sense? Guys, if you do not discuss, it would be very difficult for me to explain.
Yes, sir. So it's still little bit confusion, sir.
What confusion? Tell me.
Like how can the hours can be sold, sir? Like
Hours sell नहीं होता है. I charge 10,000 rupees as a consulting charge. So am I selling hours or not per hour?
okay, yes, sir.
So don't look at hours as hours. Hours is money here. So suppose I have, think of it as I have a CNC machine which I run 24 hours. 4 hours on that CNC machine I am selling to you. 4 hours to Davik, 4 hours to Kusi, and so on. So what you do, you will pay me for the 4 hours for which you are using my machine. And that I will keep it like 2,000 rupees per hour or 4,000 rupees per hour, and so on. Does that make sense now?
Yes, sir. Not.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this will be the cost if I am willing to pay you y1 rupees per hour at your or y1 rupees per unit resource for in your company. Does that make sense? Now, so objective function is clear. So this is my cost. What are my constraints here? What would be my constraints here? The price I'm paying to you should be large enough, at least be equals to your profit or not for each product. I know it is little hard to digest this concept, but when you understand, you will see the beauty of this concept. The thing which is a profit making machine for you, initially it will be cost center for me. So if I'm willing to pay you Y1 rupees, Y2 rupees and Y3 rupees per unit resources in plant 1, 2, 3, what should be the constraint? What should be on condition on the Y1, Y2, Y3? Okay, so let's see. You make product 1. How much of resources you use for product 1 in any of the plants? Let me put it like this. Look at these constraints. Let's first look at the first constraint. I'm writing y1 plus 3y3 should be greater than equal to 3. 3 is the profit per unit you make by selling product 1. What does y1 plus 3y3 represents? Can you try to understand it physically? What is the physical significance of this equation?
The
y1 plus,
cost that I will give for product 1.
can you be a little more can you elaborate a little bit so that I can see if understanding is clear or not? So to make a product 1,
Sir,
yes,
it is
go ahead.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, y1 plus 3y3 means like when I spend 1 hour in plant 1 and 3 hour in plant 3, then the cost of the means the profit should be like
Okay.
greater than
So
3.
you guys are in the right direction. Let me add you few things so that it is clear for. So if I want to make a product 1, how many hours I need in plant 1? If I want to make a one unit of product 1, how many hours I need in plant 1?
1,
1 hour.
How much in plant 2?
0,
0.
How much in plant 3?
3.
3.
If I'm buying per unit resources from you for 1 hour in plant 1, how much price I have to pay?
1 hour.
Is this correct? To make one product, 1 unit of product 1, I have to pay this much of price. Does that make sense? What I'm buying? I'm buying hours. So if I use 1 hour in plant 1, the price which I have set is Y1 I'm willing to pay, and Y3 in plant 3 where you need to put 3 hours. Is this correct, guys? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you will be only be willing to sell your hours or resources or company if it is greater than equal to the profit you are making. That is 3. The price which you get for your resources should be greater than the profit you are making from that product. I'm talking in terms of units, not the total number of products. Does this make sense? Okay, I will. Okay, we will have a class tomorrow. I will use my buffer time, Thursday 9 to 10 for class tomorrow, because most probably I won't be able to take class on this Friday. So I will cover 1 hour this week and 1 hour next week on Thursday. So you will have a class tomorrow. We'll discuss it again. Don't worry. I understand this. To start with, this takes little time to sink in. Okay, so I will, let me just set up the class before I forget. So tomorrow, 8 to 9, I have IM 602, 9 to 10, and 20204 makeup class. Oh, no. That's 9 to 10. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I will see you tomorrow. You may have another class, so you can go that class.
Thank you, sir.
So just confirm if you can see 9 to 10 class in your calendar or not. हाँ कर दिया हाँ यहाँ. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 to 10.